From the Detroit Free Press, it's Monday, June 21st. Here are today's top stories, presented by Bush's Fresh Food Market. Bush's has over 4,000 Michigan products, including the freshest fruit and vegetables, meat, seafood, and baked goods. Stop by one of Bush's 16 locations for the personal service you expect from your neighborhood grocer.
I'm Susan Tompor, and I'm a columnist with the Detroit Free Press. United Wholesale Mortgage CEO Matt Ishbia set a bold goal for his 9,000 employees. The Pontiac-based company is out to take the number one spot from Detroit-based Rocket Mortgage. The young Ishbia is going after market share and Dan Gilbert's company. It could be called a battle of Detroit's two mortgage billionaires. Ishbia explains that he sees the goal as something that will eventually happen. As rates go up, refinancing goes down, and United Wholesale Mortgage aims to build its business further through broker networks. Consumers, he says, could save more than $3,000 within the first 5 years of a mortgage if they simply shopped around for lower rates and lower fees through a mortgage broker. Rocket, which advertises heavily, relies on a direct-to-consumer model. But Rocket is focusing more on the broker channel, too. Only time will tell who ends up as number one in 2024.
For the Detroit Free Press, I'm Kyle Davidson. As consumers begin prep for their 4th of July celebrations, retailers are encouraging them to buy fireworks early. Eric Konopka owns Michigan Fireworks Company in South Lyon. He says retailers have had to fight to get stock, sometimes paying double what they'd paid last year.
We are definitely going to have some missing product, and I wouldn't be surprised if a lot of us are sold out before the 4th.
Fireworks wholesalers normally stockpile enough fireworks for 2 years, but last year's demand caused companies to sell out, said James Stages, president and CEO of Pro Fireworks. Those companies attempted to reorder, Stages said, but shipping delays meant less than half of what they ordered came. To read more about the fireworks shortage, head to freep.com.
This is Lily Altavina covering education for the Detroit Free Press. During their last week of the school year at Hamady High outside Flint, sophomores and teachers cheered as students ate chocolate-covered crickets and bacon-flavored larvae for an extra credit assignment. Then they adjourned to an extravagant cookout outside where they laughed and ate hamburgers and hot dogs. It's been a hard year for students, parents, and teachers across the country. Hamady is no exception. As the community battled the pandemic, students lost parents, family members, and friends. They returned to school in person in March. Many feared catching the virus upon returning, even skipping lunch and breakfast to keep their masks on all day, Principal Deanna Ross said. Some of that fear is thawing, and if the past year has illustrated that grief comes in waves, moments from the last week of school can show that joy comes in waves too. The school's teachers and students are working to create more moments of joy now, like cricket eating for extra credit and a cookout. To hear more about Hamady's last week of school, head to freep.com.
This is Dante Bedingfield with the Detroit Free Press, and this arts and culture story is about Cranbrook Art Museum. This week they're opening a major exhibition chronicling the school's nearly 90-year history. It's called With Eyes Opened, Cranbrook Art Academy since 1932, and it takes up the entire museum. 275 works by more than 200 artists represent the Academy's study programs of architecture, ceramics, design, fiber, metals, painting, photography, printmaking, and sculpture. A 624-page coffee table book by the same name is also available for purchase at the museum. It's a companion piece that includes some, but not all, of the same artists among the 200 featured in the book. This project also takes a special focus on women artists and creators of color and required 4 years of surveying the school's history before it could be properly mounted, then was postponed for a year due to the pandemic. It's on display until September.
I'm Kirkland Crawford with the Free Press Sports Department, checking in on the Detroit Tigers. They were able to salvage 1 game out of 4 and avoid a sweep out in Southern California on Sunday. Daz Cameron's 2-run single in the 10th was the difference in Detroit's 5-3 win over the Angels. Miguel Cabrera had 2 hits and 2 RBIs for the Tigers, who seemed unable to figure out Shohei Ohtani. Not only did he beat the Tigers on the mound on Thursday, he also hit 4 home runs and drove in 7 runs at the plate in the 4-game series. The Tigers are now 30-42 on the season, but are just one game under 500 since the beginning of May. We'll see if they can get back on a roll when they open a 2-game home set against the Cardinals beginning Tuesday.
For more stories from the Detroit Free Press, be sure to check out freep.com. That's FREEP.com. If you're a fan and want to support our quality local journalism, subscribe. Go to freep.com/special offer.